What's up guys, it's Garrett Jones here. I'm a certified personal trainer, just enjoying my day right now. But I wanted to come and give you the three biggest mistakes that I made when I first started off as a personal trainer. Hopefully these are things that you can learn from and hopefully not make the same mistakes that I did, save you a lot of time and energy, and get you to being the best personal trainer you can be a lot faster. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so one of the first biggest mistakes I made was I didn't program pretty much at all when I first started, and I think it really hurt the amount of progress my clients made or didn't make. And I think I could have just been a lot more efficient if I had taken the time to learn the program and just have a plan for my clients and to better understand where they were going and what we needed to do to get there. I think the fact that I was new was just a little bit overwhelming for me, and I just didn't know really where to start in terms of programming. And you know, the first place that you should start is just writing your certified personal training book that you study from. From there you can always branch off, but to have a base is really important, because without a plan you're kind of just shooting in the dark. Anytime you write a program, it's a lot of the times the day doesn't go exactly as planned, depending on whether your client has an injury, or maybe they're having a bad day, they just don't have energy, maybe they didn't sleep well, or maybe they didn't have time to eat. Sometimes you do have to adjust the plan that you make, but that plan is so important to have just so you can stick to it as close as possible, even if you have to deviate from it. Just trust me on this one. Your clients are going to be a lot happier, a lot more successful if you have a written program ready to go and an end goal in mind whenever you write these programs. So definitely make sure you do that. And this mistake is pretty easily fixed. All you have to do is try. Your programs in the beginning aren't going to be perfect, and that's okay. As long as your client is moving and has direction and is progressing slowly but surely, that's all that really matters. You don't have to write the perfect program every time, but every time you do write a program, it's going to get better and better. So that's why it's important just to keep practicing. Just like with anything else, you don't become a master at anything unless you put the time in. So just put the time into programming, and later down the road, you're going to thank yourself for doing that. Okay, so my next biggest mistake was I lacked confidence in terms of selling myself. I was more trying to convince people to spend money on training rather than adding value to their lives, making them realize that they actually really could benefit from my services. And I think that all comes with time. And sometimes people will say that there's a money issue, but really, if someone lost their phone today, they're gonna find a way to pay for that cell phone because they need it. So if you add enough value and they feel like they need it, they will pay whatever they need to pay to get their life in order. And a lot of the times, people really do need and will benefit from personal training. It's just a matter of the way you express it to them, the way you present to yourself in that situation. People will spend money on whatever they think they really need. So if you're providing value and adding value to their lives, chances are they're going to realize that value and they will be willing to spend the money on it. But if you're focused on just trying to do whatever you can to get them to buy, it's going to start the relationship off really like rocky. There's not going to be as much trust there, and it's going to be a lot harder for them to see the results that they want to see because if they don't trust you. Whenever you're in that situation where you're trying to present your payment options of what your personal training will cost, make sure you're focusing on the value that you're going to add. Focus on how you can help them. That should be at the forefront of your mind at all times. Always focus on how you can help. And when you add value, the money always follows. And it also makes you realize that you need to continue to learn so that you can keep adding value. Even after they end up buying and working with you, you want to always be adding value to your clients, because that way they're going to benefit more, and you're going to be able to retain clients a lot easier, and the more they benefit from working with you. So it's all kind of a loop when you focus on adding value and doing the best that you can to help that person that's in front of you. Even when you're new, like a lot of the times new people will lack confidence, like myself, but what I didn't realize was, even in that situation, like, I still was more knowledgeable than 99% of the people that were in front of me, because of how long I've been working out, because of the information I learned from getting my cert, as well as the fact that I did have a kinesiology degree. But it didn't always feel like that, and I think it kind of hampered my confidence a little bit. It made it very nerve-wracking to present, a personal training package to the person sitting in front of me, because it is kind of a lot of money to some people, and especially where I came from, like $900 up front seems out there. But you have to realize that it's an investment that they're making in themselves that's invaluable, that's kind of priceless in terms of their longevity and health, and as well as the fact that you can help them more than they can help themselves most of the time. So keeping that in mind is really important. Be confident in what you know. Try to learn something new every single day. When you do that, you'll see your confidence continue to grow the more you learn. So do whatever you can to learn something new every day, even if it's just on Instagram. Like, instead of just scrolling through your timeline on Instagram mindlessly, try to fill your timeline with things that will help you learn more about what you need to learn, like physical therapists, leaders in the industry, in the fitness world. Do that instead of scrolling through your Instagram for 30 minutes on your way home or before bed. And those small instances where you're taking the time to learn will actually go a really long way in terms of your development. And even when they do say no, remember not to take it personally. It's really never personal. You never know what someone's going through in life, and maybe they really just don't have the money. Just always do your best, even when you don't think the person's going to buy from you. Even if you're going into it knowing that the person's not going to buy from you, do your best to add as much value as you can, because you never know if that person's going to come back, or if that person's going to give you a referral to a friend or someone else that might work with you. So just always do your best to make sure you're adding as much value in every single interaction with every person in the gym that you can. So my third biggest mistake that I made when I first started personal training was I was not very good at holding my clients accountable outside of our sessions. It's really easy to, make the sale, work with them for an hour or two every week, and just say bye, but that is not usually going to get them to their goals. And that is why we're actually in this business, is to help people achieve the goals that they set out for. So it's really important that you make yourself available to your clients every single day, holding them accountable to the things that you know that are important for them to do in order to reach success, which is a lot more than just working out for an hour. They have to be consistent, most days of the week, and you have to make sure that they are being consistent, because that's why they hired you. They could go to the gym by themselves and just do whatever, but if they don't have someone making sure they're doing it, they're a lot less likely to do it themselves. So that's why they hired you, to be their personal trainer, to hold them accountable for the things that they need to do to be successful, because it's not easy, and that's why you're there. Every single session, you should be talking to your client about how they slept, what they were eating, what kind of physical activity they've been doing outside of your workouts, and just how they're feeling overall about their workout program. Ask them how they like to be managed, how they like to operate throughout the sessions and outside of the sessions as well. That will best help them to do your part to make sure you're being consistent and holding them accountable, because the more you do it in the beginning, the more automatic it will actually become throughout the time that you guys are working together. And that's what it's all about, is being consistent, and that's the only way that your clients are going to see results. The key to success is just providing a plan for your client that is doable and effective. You don't have to reach their goals in one day. All the small changes that you make in their lives and that they make in their lives are going to lead to bigger changes that are going to last. Trying to make a big change right from the get-go is gonna probably set them back even further than they were when they first started with you. So making sure the changes are small, easy to do, and impactful. The most impactful small changes that you can make is really important, in terms of getting your clients to be successful in the program that you have set out for them. So those were my 3 biggest mistakes from when I started being a personal trainer. And the best advice I could give you after 7 years of doing this is to make sure you're always doing your best. Never half-ass anything, because when you do, you're not benefiting from it. Your clients aren't going to benefit from it. And when you do always do your best, you're only going to continue to grow. Focus on progress over perfection. You know, not every single thing that you do or that your clients do is going to be perfect, and that's okay. Fitness is a lifelong journey meant to help people improve the quality of their life over a long period of time. So teaching them that progress over perfection is really what you want to focus on, as well as for yourself. You're not going to be perfect when you're training people at the very beginning. You don't know everything, but as long as you're trying your best to learn what you need to learn to be as best as you can be, you will always make progress, and you will always serve your clients better and better as time goes on. And make sure you work on yourself. Work on your body, work on your mindset, work on your lifestyle, because you can't preach those things to your clients effectively if you're not doing that yourself. Just like you can't provide a great workout to somebody if you've never done the exercises before. You're going to be a lot more effective in teaching those exercises and that workout program if you've already done it. It's the same thing with the rest of your life. Sleep, nutrition, mindset, all those things will affect your clients. And if you're not, good at those things, it's going to be a lot harder for you to help your clients see success in those things. So make sure you're constantly working on yourself. And lastly, don't get into this for the money. The money is great when you're doing well, but if that's what you're focusing on, you probably aren't going to do that well. Focus on trying to help as many people as possible to the best of your ability, and that is what is actually going to lead you to success. Do those things and people are going to be lining up to work with you. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.